What's good, everyone? You are tuned in to Raggedy Crimes and Chaos, where some people have the worst luck with their targets. I'm your host, and today we're in Plant City, Florida, where a 35-year-old man decided he wanted to be a police officer. So, he put police lights in his car and drove on Interstate 4 and pulled up behind a vehicle and flashed his lights and told the driver to slow down. The driver was an off-duty Lee County Sheriff's deputy. Let's get into this. Alright, this is Barry Lee Hastings Jr., 35 years old, Plant City, Florida. Barry is driving on Interstate 4, which connects Orlando and Tampa. And Barry has a vision. Barry wants to be a cop. Not officially, not through the academy, not through training or background checks or any of that. Barry just wants to pull people over. So, Barry has equipped his car. A black Ford Crown Victoria, which already looks like a police car, with emergency lights, red and blue. Barry spots a car ahead of him on I-4. He pulls in behind it, flips on his lights. The car pulls over. Barry pulls alongside, rolls down his window, and tells the driver, slow down. That's it. That's the whole traffic stop. Slow down. No badge, no ID, just vibes and a Crown Vic. The driver looks at him. Who are you? I'm law enforcement. Can I see your credentials? Now, Barry has a problem. He does not have credentials because he's not a police officer. He's a man with a Crown Vic and some lights. So, Barry says, I left them at the office. The driver stares at him. Follow me to the station and we can check. The driver says, okay. Now, Barry did not expect this. Barry expected the driver to just accept the lecture and drive away. But this driver wants to go to the station. And here is why. The driver is an off-duty Lee County Sheriff's deputy. He pulled over because he thought Barry was a fellow officer conducting a traffic stop. And when Barry couldn't produce credentials, the deputy got very suspicious. So, the deputy is not going to the station to clear Barry's name. The deputy is calling 911. Barry figures this out and drives off. The off-duty deputy calls it in, gives a description of the car. A Hillsborough County officer catches up to Barry not long after. Barry is pulled over for real this time by an actual officer. Sir, did you just conduct a traffic stop on Interstate 4? Yes. Are you a law enforcement officer? Barry thinks about his answer. No. Barry Lee Hastings Jr. is arrested, charged with impersonating a law enforcement officer, a felony. The Crown Vic is searched. The emergency lights are noted, and Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office puts out an appeal to the public. Did Barry pull you over? Because we think he may have done this before. This story makes national news because the headline writes itself. Florida man pretends to be police officer, pulls over actual police officer. The comments are unhinged. One person writes, I left my credentials at the office. Sir, that's not how any of this works. Another one, he picked the worst possible car. Out of everyone on that highway, he picked the cop. Someone else? The deputy pulled over for him out of professional courtesy. That is sending me. And this one, follow me to the station, is the most patient response to this situation I have ever heard. So, what have we learned from today's Raggedy crime? Lesson 1. Florida has cameras, dash cams, and off-duty deputies on every highway. You will be found. Lesson 2. I left my credentials at the office does not work. It has never worked. It will never work. Lesson 3. If you're going to impersonate a police officer, do not attempt to pull over someone who is also a police officer. That is basic strategy. Can we take a moment for the off-duty deputy who pulled over as a courtesy to a fellow police officer and then got the I left my credentials at the office response and kept his composure long enough to call 911 after Barry drove away? That deputy deserves recognition because I would have not kept my composure. Alright, that's it for today's episode of Raggedy Crimes and Chaos. If this made you grateful for real police credentials, same. That's all I've got for you today. Thanks for listening to Raggedy Crimes and Chaos. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. And remember, stay safe out there. Don't put police lights in your car. Don't pull people over. And if you're going to impersonate a cop, maybe don't do it on a highway full of actual cops. Until next time, I'm out.